song, and here's Graham. Hello.
Hi.
So you've been in the press a bit lately regarding Blur, which we'll talk about in a second. But before we get to that, you made the record. This one going back to a slightly more acoustic feel after the last one, which was more electric, wasn't it?
I guess the last one, I don't know. I thought they were sort of similar, really.
I think there's a bit more space in the sound.
Well, yeah. I think really because I was concentrating more on the actual sounds because they were recorded so beautifully and on such beautiful old equipment. I really wanted each of the sounds to have its space and not to be crammed full of stuff that really needn't be there. So when you listen to it, I think you can appreciate the sounds of individual things a little more.
Right, okay. Because almost with your first record, that almost had that toe rag sound that everyone's sort of desperate to get hold of now, like the White Stripes and everyone.
The toe rag sound.
Yeah, you know that toe rag old Valvey Studio sound.
Well, the old Valvey Studio sound, really. I mean,
because you were doing that years ago.
It's a sound I've always loved, but even very old equipment like that can sound lovely. It doesn't instantly sound like the Hives, you know. It needs extra skills, but basically for me, old equipment sounds the best. Sounds better than computers straight away to me. So I don't really waste my time with computers.
But did you set yourself any challenges, particularly with this record? I mean, like, you know, there's a bona fide country song virtually on this one and things.
The virtually being that my voice isn't particularly country, I suppose.
You're not American.
I'm not American. Well, there are some bits, I mean, because it's very American influenced, there are some bits where I'm like, when this funny kind of plum arrives in my throat when I'm saying certain words that should really be in an American accent.
Yeah. So what's, who plays? Did you do everything on this record?
I did everything apart from the Big King, B.J. Cole, played pedal steel on the last track, Good Times, and on Mountain of Regret.
Yeah, Mountain of Regret.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah. I got very much into pedal steels and things really because of old Beck records.
Right. So it's in a kind of sexy way rather than a weepy way.
Well, they're very weepy, but I think Tears are pretty sexy anyway.
Okay. Listen, we'll play another track from the album in just a second, but before you go, I suppose we have to ask you, what's the situation with Blur? Are you in or are you out? So that's what I
can't answer that, but I can say that Norman has been saying some really daft stuff that really isn't true. I haven't sort of said awful dance pop band, I don't think, to anybody. I don't really use that sort of language, especially to someone like Norman. And I've always had respect for him anyway. And he doesn't really know what he's talking about, actually, to be honest. He's come in right at the tail end of an album and he's professing to know about everything that was involved with making that album. And he said what he says in the press, but it's wrong, actually, because I am on the album. I'm just not really working on it at the moment.
But you've played on the record?
I've played on it, yeah. I've played lots of guitars on it.
But were you wary of Norman coming in?
It took me some getting used to, like with anybody, with the idea of Norman. But in the end, I thought it would be a very interesting idea, and I wasn't opposed to it at all, to be honest.
It feels like from the stories, though, I mean, there's obviously a story in this week's New Musical Express which basically says that you've left the band. But is that all still open to possibilities, or is that something in the hands of the lawyers?
It's in the hands of God.
So we're leaving it to a much higher authority.
Yeah, lawyers, yeah. I mean, really, it's sort of, no one can really say much at the moment, and particularly Fat Mouth Slim. Just ignore what he says. You know, I've got nothing against him. I don't understand why these shy people, they just confuse each other.
Yeah, and you're one of the shyest men I know.
I know, but you know, some people take shyness as total arrogance.
Well, what about some of the stuff Damon's been saying though? He's been quite ambiguous in his comments about the situation. He's been quite evasive, almost.
Evasive. Yeah, hugely abstract, and but you can't really be more specific than that at the moment. It's impossible. There's nothing official. There you go. I can't really say anything.
Are you happy with the situation though, as it stands from your point of view?
I'm extremely happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, do some more painting, all right?
All right, mate.
Get off.
I should use earth and clay.
Get off your skinny backside. do some painting, go promote the album,
Right.
and we'll play another track from it. In fact, we'll play this, which is Baby, You're Out of Your Mind. So, make of that what you will, but I will say, he was smiling when he arrived and he was smiling when he left, and it's always a pleasure to talk to him. Particularly outside the social circle, just getting together to talk about music. It's very nice. Graham Coxon, it's from his new album, which is called Dig 2 Grace. That track is Baby, You're Out of Your Mind.